Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of this wonderful series where we kill the dragon. I'm here in the stronghold, and we're going to go, if they let me, of course, on a mission. But anyway, to get here, I had to do a few little things. The first thing was to stay away from keyboard for a while at the mob farm, and after that, I went to collect all the bone and string. I also visited the iron farm and collected a lot of iron. And I was using the string and iron to get emeralds, which I traded for diamond armor. I maxed out a sword enchantment, and honestly, it went really well. Good knockback. Then, after breeding 2 more villagers, which took a while, I tried to get mending and unbreaking from them. It took a while, but I got both back to back. Mending was cheap, unbreaking wasn't. Then I enchanted a bow at level 30. Lost enchantment. And then I combined a Protection 4 book with my boots, which were missing Protection 4. After searching for a blaze spawner in the Nether Fortress, I spent some time killing a few. Domestic violence, as they say. Then I bred another villager. And with Brigand Stan, I made him a cleric to get the ender pearls I was missing, since I only had 5. After that, as you know, throw the Eye of Ender and follow its direction. After some digging, I found it. And with all that, now I'm here, I have everything ready for the gunpowder, and we're going to kill the dragon. I knew this was going to happen to me. I hope I don't fail. No. 1, 2. These towers are really tall. How the hell do you do this? Now. No. Come on. Ole. I've done it countless times. Well, it's pretty clear what we have to do now, right? Mission Elytra? Technically, I haven't finished the game yet, right? Because if I don't go through there, I haven't finished the game. Well, nonsense. In the last episode, I mentioned that I looked for many structures directly on a map. But this one, I don't know why the end is the worst dimension of all, but I feel like suffering while looking for it. It's my own penance. 2 end cities appeared right after I entered, but neither has a ship. I'm still going to loot them. Looks like the third one I find without a ship. Third one without a ship. Fourth one without a ship, and strangely small too. Ship? That's a ship. I can see it from here. Oh my god, did they rent all 32 chunks? You have no idea how much I wanted this. To really have these Elytra. The only thing is, I didn't bring any rockets. I completely forgot them. Well, they'll work for me anyway. Whoa, it's breaking apart, isn't it? That was tough, but a second ship with 2 Elytras? I'm satisfied for a long time. Those damn shulkers are really starting to get to me, huh? I guess I need to be better prepared. Whew, I've wanted to do this since I began here. It's a silly thing, huh? But I don't know. The mountain is really calling me. Don't you think it's like a mountain just to go for it? Just for the fun of it? In this series, it always rains when I want to show something cool. By the way, I think that module and that one aren't working because of the bed, since they can't access it. So I have to set it up properly. Let's get started with the giant Rubik's Cube project I mentioned to you. In the last episode, it's going to be covering this farm here, okay? All this will be a hand holding a Rubik's Cube. But for the cube, we need about 2 stacks of each of the 6 dies, which are the colors of the cube. In SAER1, I made a very specific dye farm. Well, a very specific flower farm with my own design. I'm not sure which, but now I'll choose a simpler, different one that uses colors. The moving soils. I thought I was recording the whole process, but I just realized I wasn't. Well, I've put this here, okay? Sir Observer, Watching the earth? A check? And let's try it. Let's go. World and thank you. The idea is that I come here and activate the machine in the simplest way possible. And I leave this for a while until I run out of boom mill. I pick it up and that's it. If I needed 800 million dies, this wouldn't help, and I'd need another. But since I don't, this is fine, and I won't make it more complicated. That's 3 stacks. How much is that? I was going to say it seems enough to me, but it's true for blue, right? I have lots of red, but not enough blue. I'll just put it in for another minute, and that's it. What really bothers me is that I need a lot of gravel and a lot of sand. Just a little more of this. Just like that, I have all the colors except lime. I'm missing lime, but I recently learned you can get it from sea pickles. With this, I should end up in a warm ocean, but it doesn't seem to load. Okay, for the lime dye, I'm going to use this ocean here. And I think I read a little trick somewhere, so I won't need a farm. Look. Look, it's so easy. Whoa, that's awesome. It happened to me again that I wasn't recording, and I thought I was, so I was just talking to myself. I don't know where I left off, but anyway, I put the sea cucumber here, and it's already cooking. Lime dye. As soon as it's done, I'll have the 2 stacks I need. Well, I'm going to need at least 2 whole shulkers of sand. It's been a while since I made one, so this episode didn't have one. You know what's next, right? Inside, quick time lapse. It's short, and I don't have time to discuss anything. Please check if you're subscribed to the channel, and consider subscribing if you're not. The way YouTube works now, subscriptions aren't really necessary, so I think a lot of them get lost, or a lot of people don't see the point, or just forget to subscribe. So that's why I'm saying it. For me, it's always been something impossible. But I'm not too far from 1 million. Honestly, it would be a dream come true. In the end, it was only 10 minutes. Acceptable, I guess. And I'll keep this good desert inside me for a while. Another material I need in large quantities is dips plate, because everything that's going to cover the cube, except for the colors, will be made of dips plate material. It's true that it's hard to collect, but I don't consider using another one because honestly it looks really beautiful. I think the build used, according to the creative mode calculation, more than 1,600 dips plate fences, which is basically an entire shulker. And of course you have to keep in mind that dips plate can't be insta-mined, even if you have netherite. Efficiency 5, beacon with haste 2. I have to suffer through it. I have to mine it one by one. But, well, I made the most of it. I don't know if you remember the last episode when I made a hole where there were 2 slime chunks. It's just that I did it at Stone Heights, but I went down a few levels. About 30 or so. What for? Well, so that, since I'm mining, at least that hole is useful for something. Maybe I'll find a slime down there, or not. Anyway, is this how you see me? I spent about 20 minutes mining, which wasn't much, though I did come up a bit short. For a few stacks, 2, 3, or even 5, it feels like the material issue never ends. Time to do this little act again and see if I end up where I need to there. I need about 2 stacks of these. So, what a day, huh? Let's go, come on. A little less would be enough, but since I'm here, I'll grab 2 stacks. By the way, since it's nighttime, can I take advantage of it? Let's see if there's a slime around here. Here you go, 2 for 1. Once I get hooked on time-lapse in the episode, nothing seems to stop me. Anyway, I think they're needed to show how I collect everything. I ended up uploading the video about what it means to cheat in Minecraft. I'd never made such a philosophical video before. Recently, I've really gotten into it. I enjoyed making it and just finished reading all the comments. And honestly, there are people with different opinions who either agree with what I say or don't agree. I've read your comments. Most are well-reasoned and clearly explain viewpoints. I don't know. I'm glad to have sparked that curiosity for critical thinking, even if this is just a game. Anyway, what a crazy day. I already have all the dyes, all the gravel, all the sand, and all the dips plate. And the worst part is that it's not enough because I need a lot of stone for the hand, but I'm going to forget about that for now. I spent all afternoon on this, or maybe just ran out of time. Well, tomorrow then, for you guys. In 2 seconds, we'll start building it. If you notice anything strange about the quality of most of this time lapse, I want to apologize right now, because I've had a ton of problems with Replay Mod, which you already know is the mod I use to make these sequences. And, of course, I had a recording that was over an hour long and another one that was half an hour. So the hour-long recording, I couldn't manage to render it. I think in episode 1, when I had these kinds of problems, I fixed it by changing the Java version. This time, I haven't been able to solve it in any way. So what you're actually seeing is that I'm recording the Minecraft screen itself, without rendering. So I don't know how it's going to look. Many commenters told me about a new mod called Flashback, which is said to be more complete than Replay Mod. After what happened, I'm definitely switching. This is the last time I use Replay Mod, though I have nothing against it. I'm really glad that this mod has existed for such a long time. I'm very grateful to those who develop free mods, as they've provided a lot of content, but it's now outdated. Replay Mod has several issues and is more limited than Flashback. I'm watching a video comparing it to Flashback. It's crazy. It's almost like an editing program inside the game. So for the next episode, you already know what's coming. The time lapses might look similar or different. I'm not sure yet, but things will change. If I seem confused by the little squares, that's why. I'll tell you what happened. On the top part of the cube, they're all 10x-10. And then, when I was going to make the squares on the sides, I counted 10 on the bottom part. So I assumed they were 10x-10 because they're squares. Actually, they're not squares. They're 10x9 on the sides. And I know a lot of you are going to kill me for this, for making it 10x9, but that's how it was done in the original construction, and it looks really good. And I've tried making them 10x-10, and I don't know why, but the cube looks a bit deformed. It's something I don't understand at all. I fixed it and left it at 10x9, which is perfect for me. I'm making this clip to break up the long time lapse, since it's probably dragging on. Who knows what nonsense I'm saying. I'm sure it's something really boring. I'm making a ton of glass, but I don't think I'll have enough sand, because I'm going to put these glass panes on the top and bottom. I wasn't sure about putting them on the bottom because in the original build I used all dips plate. But it's crazy how it turns out, really. It looks super nice, but, well, you'll have to see that at the very end. Honestly, building this is super fun. It's totally worth it for me. Let's continue the time lapse. I'll leave you with Rubik-Style and boring stories. Honestly, I have nothing to share right now. That's why I asked on social media if anyone wanted me to discuss a topic or had specific questions. So I'm going to do that during this time lapse. One question that has come up a lot, and well, I used to stream almost every day and people would ask me about it. Now it's a bit more detailed. I'll read Lofro's question. What did you think of the degree? What's it like working as an information technology specialist or programmer? Well, just in case, the degree refers to what I studied, which is computer engineering, specializing in management and information systems. In my experience, it's good. Maybe it's not the best reference, but the degree was pretty easy for me, especially at the beginning. I came from high school where I had to study a lot of things. Memorizing Spanish history, Basque country history, literature authors. Those kinds of things, honestly, have always been hard for me. Memorizing and studying like that. So in college, you have fewer class hours. The subjects are much more about logic. There's not so much memorization. And there's a lot of math, which, by the way, made a lot of people drop out. But in my case, I liked it. So it made things a bit easier for me. And what about how is it to live as a programmer or information technology specialist? The truth is that in general, if you don't end up in a place where you're under too much pressure and you really like programming, the truth is that it's very comfortable because you have a job you can do from home, and generally now, at least in Spain. From my experience, companies allow significant remote work freedom. And, well, if you compare it to other jobs, the truth is that it can be very calm. But, well, personally, if I compare it to, for example, being a teacher, I think it would be much harder to be a teacher. Here, from Gamer Maldito, he asks me, If you had to be a Minecraft villager merchant, which one would you be? And if so, why? It's funny he asks me these questions now, because I used to ask them a lot when we talked in Elytra 2. If you had to be a fruit, which would you choose? So I'm going to answer him. I would be the armorer villager without a doubt, because it's the most profitable villager. And it would be very satisfying that for just a few emeralds, you could give other players full sets of enchanted armor. Oliver also asks, how has your program affected your work, and did it meet your expectations after leaving the live streams? Well, I have to say, yes, things have gone well for me work-wise. Things have also gone well for me in other aspects of life, and overall, everything has improved quite a bit. Was it what I expected after leaving the live streams? Yes, it was. I was hoping to have a calmer and more open life, focused on things other than just work. I've achieved it. It was hard, but I did it. And also, in a way, I no longer feel tied to the content I make, or rather to the money that the content I make brings me. Because before I was financially tied to doing live streams and promotions to earn a good salary. And honestly, those are two things that never really fulfilled me. Making YouTube videos, well, honestly, yes. If I ever remotely considered making a living in some way again, it would only be from making YouTube videos. But it's something that I neither have the possibility to do nor am I interested in having it. You've seen it's turning out well, only the floor and roof remain, but before that I want to try something. If it still works, I hope it does. I think golems can't spawn on those blocks, but let's check it out. Perfect, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By the way, I moved the beds. I don't know if I mentioned it. I moved those beds because they couldn't reach them. So now I spawned 7 each round, which is a lot. I won't need to add another module, even if it fits. It's unnecessary. Let's wait for the next round. Let's see. Perfect. Everything's going perfectly, but I've ended up with little space. But the truth is that I made this platform way too low. I could have made it 4 or 5 blocks higher, no problem. Always keep the episode flowing smoothly. I typically plan my builds, gather all materials, and know exactly what I want to do. But there's one thing I haven't decided yet, and that's what to put on the roof. I initially thought of using all glass, which seemed good, but now I have doubts. I'm unsure if just this part should be glass. Let's do this. I'll stand here and we'll make the cut with the decision made. Not bad, not bad. Let's look from afar and see. There it is. I think there's something special on top like that. Not sure. The only thing I'm realizing now is a big problem, even though it's really cool and all. But how do I get in? There's no entrance. Look how interesting it looks over here. I don't know, it's cool. Look how awesome this looks. Ta-da! A floating Rubik's Cube. Well, between the last clip and this one, my nephew was born. So I want to celebrate by giving him a little space in this house. I'm going to put it here. It's a bit shabby, but I'm making a sort of little crib for him here. His name goes here. So welcome to the world, Gabriel. Actually, I have 3 other nephews, but they're much older. If you want a spot here, you need to build your own house. A crib doesn't count since you're older, right? Although I actually think they don't watch these videos. But anyway, I'm running out of time for this episode. Will we continue with that in the next one? Thanks for watching. Goodbye.